Okay, now we get to dive into color. It's the fun and exciting part, right? When we think about loosening up, we automatically visualize lots of color. But I have found that having a little understanding of color theory goes a long way towards giving me the freedom that I want to have using color. There's so much to say about color. I do a whole workshop called Color Confidence just on color. But for now, we're going to start by looking at my palette. Okay, let's take a look at my palette here. There are really three aspects to color that we need to take into account. And they are, first of all, it's hue. Very simply, is it green, is it blue, is it red? Next is its value. It's relative lightness or darkness on the value scale. And you can see I have my palette arranged according to value. And lastly, and probably the trickiest thing, is its saturation. And that saturation, also called intensity, sometimes chroma, refers to its relative brightness or dullness. And it's very easy to get it confused with its value, its lightness or darkness. They're not the same. So I have students ask me quite a bit about color temperature. And color temperature is an aspect of hue. So you might talk about a blue leaning towards red or a blue leaning towards green. So that does come into account. I have my palette arranged as much as I possibly can according to those three aspects of color. I also have a neutrals section, which I use quite a bit. Now, this is a Heelman backpack size box, and it contains, I'm very satisfied with the number of sticks in this. I use this to travel with to workshops, and I use it for plein air painting and pastel. Obviously, my studio palette has quite a few more sticks in it, but this one is very satisfying and I think gets me where I want to go. My studio palette, as you can see, is arranged in the same manner, so that whether I'm painting in plein air or for a workshop group or I'm in my studio, my motor memory and where I'm grabbing, it's exactly the same. Having your box organized, or if you don't have a box, your sticks organized in some way that is according to the hue, value, and saturation can make you a lot stronger painter. So I highly recommend a little organization. Okay, here are a couple examples of swatches that are relatively the same value, but the blue swatch here on the left is more intense than the one on the right. And likewise here, the yellow swatch on the left is brighter than the one on the right. It is said to be more saturated, but they are both relatively the same in value.